Hello hooligans and welcome back to my NPV tutorial series, episode 3 of how to make an NPV. And if we recall from last episode, we have spawned in our character. Let's take a look at her right now. We spawned her in. As you can see, she doesn't have a body. That's because I toggled it off so that she's not, naked. But anyway, yeah, so if you've followed along to this point, thank you for sticking with it. I commend you. And today we are going to be learning how to add clothing, so I won't have to hide the body anymore, which is going to be great. And this is going to be a fairly short episode because adding clothing is a pretty easy process. So here's what I'm going to do. So the first thing we're going to do is I want to show you guys this appearance resource. This actually works pretty well. It's called Clothing Catalog. It's this mod on Nexus Mods, and it leads to this GitHub link right here. And if we open up the GitHub link, we can see that this has an entire list of every single vanilla clothing item in the game, which is super duper helpful for if we want to use vanilla clothing for our characters. And I would also like to say that today's episode, I'm just going to be showing how to put vanilla clothing on a character or clothing that belongs to an NPC. I'm going to be showing modded clothing in about, I think, 2 episodes, either next episode or 2 episodes from now. But modded clothing and components are going to come soon. Do not worry. So anyway, here's what we can do in order to streamline the clothing process as much as possible. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to sift through these and kind of figure out what I like and what I don't like. And now, of course, this is a male V model, but most of these things look the same between male and female V. Like, for example, I don't think female V has that corset top. I think that's male V exclusive, but I could be wrong. We can also keyword search words. And if we remember last episode, I named my appearance Rocker Girl, so I kind of want something kind of rocker girlish. So I'm just going to type in rocker. And look at that, we've got a rocker tank and kind of an interesting looking bustier. I'm curious how that looks. So what I can do is I can copy this. I can open up the CET overlay, go to the console, drop down the console, and then paste this link in right here. And this will add this item to my inventory. And so even though I have a male V, again, as I said, most items between male and female V are pretty much the same, and so I can stick this bustier on him, right? And if we remember from last episode, I can go into photo mode, goofy ass pose. I can go into photo mode. I can open up an appearance creator mod, which I also mentioned last episode, and I can. In order to target V, I'm going to have to uncheck this and then recheck it. Now, I'm going to scroll down all the way down to the bottom where the clothing items are. And as you can see right here, this is called Tank Corset Doll Prostitute. So I'm sure there's a player woman average version of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type in the exact same thing, but with instead of PMA, I'm going to do PWA Tank Corset Doll, and then let's see if it's here. So it's right here. So I'm just going to grab this, and as we can see, the game does not like that because this is a male character. I'm just going to copy that mesh, paste it in here. And as you can see right here, this is the top that we are looking for. And it looks a bit different on female V as it does male V. Female's V's has straps and male V's doesn't. But yeah. As we can see here, another thing is something to note is that if you have a female character, every single clothing item in the game, regardless of what boob size your character has, is going to be automatically fit for the default chest size, which means that you're going to have to learn how to refit the clothing if you want the size to match exactly, especially if you have a larger chested character because the breasts will likely end up clipping through the clothes, which is not going to look good. And so I will probably make an episode on how to refit clothing for your NPV. It's pretty simple. It's tedious but simple. So I can do a future episode on that. But for now, I'm just gonna settle for the default boob size, despite the fact that she has small. And I'm gonna add this to my project. Now, of course, if you want to actually test it out in the game before you do anything, what I can always do is I can always go over to Eliza right here. And what I could do is I could target her I can go to something that's not essential. Like I could go to this one of her earring meshes, and I could plug this in here, right? And I could click load mesh, and now we can see right there. That's one of the appearances of this top. Now I'm gonna actually turn her body back on so that. There we go. Okay, now we can see what this top looks like. And the thing is, I like the top, but I'm not entirely a fan of the pink on her specifically. So what I want to do is I'm going to go into Woven Kit. I'm going to open up this file. I'm going to drop down this appearances, and we can see there's all these different appearances we can choose from. Now we just try them. We can just try them out one by one. I'm going to start with black and see what black looks like. So we put this under the earring section. So I'm just going to take where it says mesh appearance. I'm just going to paste that in, click load appearance, and look at that. So I do actually quite like this top. Another thing we can do is we can experiment with chunk masks. So I'm going to toggle off the body again, and I'm going to open up this chunk mask of the bustier that we just put in. I'm going to open this up, and as we can see, there's 4 layers to it right here. So we can try toggling these and see those gold straps are one layer. Those straps are another layer. That's another layer. And then that ribbing is another layer. And so if I try turning back on the body, then we can see right here, I actually wasn't very much a fan of these gold straps. And so I could just customize this to be however I want. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have her wear this top with the black appearance with chunk masks 1, 2, and 3 selected. So keeping that in mind, we can go back into Woven Kit. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to make a new file folder, and I'm going to call it torso clothing. Now I'm going to stop here for a minute, and I'm going to present a little question. And the question is, why have I been taking these files and just dropping them into folders instead of just taking them straight from the game files? And that's an excellent question. And the reason for that is because there's this thing called custom pathing. And custom pathing is basically when you take a file and you put it in a different area than its original folder location from the game files, and you basically copy that path into your appearance file instead of the one from the game files. So it's what we've been doing this entire time throughout this entire NPV process. And the reason for that is because I mentioned in the first episode that, for example, if your friend is using your NPV and your friend uses a mod, for example, that changes Johnny's tank that says fuck on it to say something like, I don't know, skibbity toilet, then what's going to happen is that on your NPV, the skibbity toilet tank is going to show up instead of your tank that says, instead of your badass punk tank that says fuck on it. And so you don't want a skibbity toilet tank on your character, do you? No, you don't. You want the fuck tank. And so what you're going to do is you're going to put it in its own unique file location, because skibbity toilet is not under Shokaliza Heathcliff torso clothing tank corset prostitute. No, skibbity toilet would be under its own file path. And so that is why we are doing what we're doing. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this relative path to game file. We're going to go through the same drill again. So I'm going to duplicate the last int skin mesh component in the buffer. I'm going to go through the big 4. I'm going to rename this. I'm going to rename this to be bustier. This is going to be the file path that I just copied. If we remember, the appearance I wanted was black, so I'm going to type in black. And now for the chunk mask, if we remember what we looked at with the appearance creator mod, right here we can see that I only have 1, 2, and 3 checked, because I don't want the gold straps. I just want the 1, 2, and 3. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, and we only want 1, 2, 3. We only want this one, this one, this one. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to be unchecking submesh 3. And we can just leave all these other ones checked because these are just blank. These are nothing. So it doesn't matter if these stay checked. So I'm just going to uncheck 3, and that's it. Remember to save your progress. So the second thing, of course, I want is pants and shoes. So I'm going to do the same process as before. I want to go back to this website here, right? And I'm going to look at, for example, I'm going to look at the leg section. Now there is another thing I remember, and that's that there are these really cute FemV shorts that I found a while ago. And so if I searched in shorts, for example, I believe that these are the shorts I'm thinking of. So I grab these. She's wearing pants now, so we can actually look at her now. I'm gonna grab that console, add to inventory. Oh wait, he's wearing other pants. I forgot. Okay, so we're gonna go back into photo mode. I'm going to select this from the list, and I'm going to type in PWA shorts Latino right there. And if we just grab that, then we can try them out on Eliza. And again, if your NPV is the same gender as whatever character you play as, or whatever character you have a save on, then things are gonna be way easier on you, because you won't have to do this whole copy paste conundrum. You can literally just try. You can literally just add clothes to your game and try them on. But the reason I'm doing this is because I have a male character and this is a female character. So, anyway, scars. And we can see right there, look at that. And I think this outfit's really cute, actually. And so we can see right here that this is the mesh that I want, these PWA shorts Latino. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into here, right here. I'm going to delete this entire path, Control V, and then we can see right here, PWA shorts Latino. And if I open this up, right, I can see that there are several different appearances here. There's default, latex yellow, latex pink, silk red, dark white. And so, again, remember from last episode, when something says default, I usually like to go into the chunk materials and grab a chunk material instead of actually saying default. And so I'm just going to grab that. I'm going to duplicate the bustier right here. And I'm going to type in shorts. I'm going to paste this in, and I'm going to make a new folder, actually. I'm going to name it trousers. Right there, trousers. Perfect. And so we've got right there our shorts, and I am going to put that path in right there. And I want every part of the shorts to be showing, so we are actually going to put this submesh 3 back. And right there, bada bing, bada boom, we've got bustier and shorts. The last thing I want, at least for now, is some shoes. So I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to go into the feet section, and I'm going to see if there's anything rocker boy related again. So those look like medieval court jester shoes. I don't know how to describe it, but those give me the vibes of like medieval court jesters. Those are cool. Okay, so I'm going to add this to my inventory. So same drill as before. Oh, here's something right here. So the thing about some items of clothing in the game is that they'll often have more than one mesh associated with them. Like, not just sub-mesh, but they'll often have more than one mesh associated with them. So we can see right here, we've got Bauer, I don't know. And then we've got boot laces, boot metal tip, boots ankle. That's an aglet. That's an aglet. They could have just said aglet. Don't forget it. Let's go to Eliza. Okay, so we got the main boot, got the laces, and we've got the aglet, and so I'm just gonna go down here, and I am going to target Eliza. I'm gonna replace her cyberware this time, and I'm gonna load the mesh, and Vince, no. There we go. So as you can see, of course, the laces and stuff are missing, so we've got to fix that. And I'm just going to grab from the list the laces, and then that's not the, I thought they were referring to the tips on the laces. Okay, that makes more sense. Those are the toes of the boot. Those aren't the aglets. Anyway, Perfect. So this is all the materials for this boot. However, I will say I don't really like this massive clunky steel toe right here. So I am going to choose actually not to include it. I'm just going to have her wear I'm just going to have her wearing these right here. So we need the laces and we need the boot. So I'm just going to copy this, go to woven kit, and we need the laces and the mesh. This deserves another folder. I'm going to name this one shoes. Oh, nope, no capitals. Shoes. Perfect. So now we can copy this path. Again, same drill. We duplicate this item. Boots. I'm going to say boots. And then I'm going to look at the appearances here. And this one, it looks like we're currently on, oh, I can't tell. In this one, there's default, 6th Street, Maelstrom, more 6th Street. Okay. I'm liking the default appearance. So what I'm going to do for this default appearance is I am just going to go and I am going to copy this. I'm going to paste it in here. And yeah. Now, of course, we still got the laces, so I'm going to duplicate that. Laces. I'm going to open this up and see what our appearance options are. Okay, and these are all black laces. So I'm going to do black, red, very dirty for the laces. Laces. And this is going to be black, red, very dirty. And we've got, looks like everything. Okay, so now we can see right here, we've tested out this outfit on Eliza, and it looks good. So, looks like we are Gucci. And I did want to mention one more thing, is that again, with NPVs, remember that you have access to anything in the game file. So sometimes it's kind of fun to like look at NPCs' clothes and see what they wear, but just keep in mind that not every NPC has the same body type as you, so it might not fit properly. But like, let's see, for example, like if I want her to wear some cool gloves or something, I could go select from list and I could type in gloves. And we can see underneath the hands drop down, we're going to want something that says like woman average or PWA, like player woman average. So let's see, there's Claire's gloves. We could try that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So basically, I'm just saying it's kind of fun to like screw around and see what you can find. There's Pan Am. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so like we can choose any female characters or any characters stuff that we want as long as it fits. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this Pan Am glove right here. I'm just going to paste this in here. And we have woman average gloves Pan Am. Now I'm going to make another folder again, and I'm going to name this one accessories. And this is going to include like basically anything that's not trousers, shoes, or torso clothing. I'd still like to have a little bit more fun with this and see if there's anything else we could add. See, there's like bracelets and stuff. There's there's like Lizzie's bracelets. There's another one right there. There's one right there. There's a double bracelet right there. Yeah, and I like this one right here. This is a Valentino bracelet. So I'm just gonna, again, I'm gonna paste this in here. Perfect. So now it looks like we have gotten every single clothing component that we could want for Eliza. And again, remember, she's wearing this because of ACM. She's because of the appearance creator mod. She's not wearing this because I put it into her file in the first place. So if I despawn her and then I exit the game, then I'm gonna go right here. Then I'm gonna be right in here, and I want to just like check over, make sure everything's good. I will mention one thing I forgot to say in the last episode is that you've got to chunk mask the scars, the body scars, and I did that off camera. Oh wait, no, I didn't do that off camera. I forgot to chunk mask the body scars, which was very silly of me. And so basically if we open up the scars mesh, if we open up our scars mesh right here, we can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Eliza uses scars number 1 in the character creator. So we're going to turn off chunk mask 1, 2, and 3. So if we go right here, that's going to be 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. And awesome. So now we've got all of our clothes in. I'm going to install this and see what happens. Okay, so now that I'm in game, I'm going to spawn her again. And we can see right here that I want black leather as my color. I don't want default. There we go. I don't know why I put default in there in the first place. I think I thought it was black, but then I realized it probably isn't black. Now we can see right here, Eliza has spawned in. She has her bustier, she has her shorts, and she has her boots. And everything is as it should be. So yeah, that'll do it for this episode. I know it was pretty short, but that's basically how you add clothing to your characters. And the next episode is likely either going to be about adding in modded components or about custom pathing textures. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, that's basically it for now. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.